Welcome to Success Today. I am Bob Guiney, and joining me is the beautiful Chris Duncan. Chris is owner and executive director of Musical Arts Schoolhouse and the Frisco School of Music, and if you don't mind my saying, a Michigan State Spartan, which makes me very happy.
Go Spartans, yay!
Go Spartans, yay! Now, Chris, this is such a unique industry that you have created for yourself. Tell me a little bit about your business and what you do.
Well, and first of all, thanks so much for having me today.
Of course.
I grew up playing the piano, went to Michigan State, get my music degree, and then opened up my own piano teaching studio down in the Dallas area. After my kids were, of course, I made them take piano lessons all the way through, like, you know, what's exactly. And then they wanted to branch out. They wanted to do guitar, bass, drums, all this stuff. So off we go in search of all these lessons. But gosh, I was driving all over town, all these kind of things. So I thought, hey, how come there's not a place to go to find wonderful music lessons with all instruments in one convenient place with teachers that are going to be there? You know, we found great teachers, but gigging musicians are off with their band on the week, you know, whatever. So the Frisco School of Music was born. And so we are the largest music school of its kind in the North Texas area. We have over 900 students enrolled.
Oh my gosh.
And it's busy, busy, afternoons, evenings, and weekends. But you know, this is what happened after that. We found ourselves with an empty building during the day. And there are a lot of businesses that are going to have this same dilemma, because if you're a child-centered business like karate schools, dance schools, of course music schools, whatever, what are you going to do in your building during the day? So we went on search again for some ideas on what we could fill our building with in the mornings, and we came up with, after lots of research and everything, Musical Arts Schoolhouse, which is a performing arts preschool and kindergarten for ages 3 through 6.
That's brilliant.
And it's fun, fun, fun.
Yeah, I love that. I have several friends who went to performing arts high schools. I've never heard of a performing arts where you can actually get them when they're very young. That's fantastic.
Exactly. And, you know, a few of our friends in different music schools that I knew of, out of state, out of our area, were looking for the same kind of solutions. Well, they put in your standard preschools, daycares, things like that, but we really wanted something special. So we did a lot of research. And, you know, when you do research and find out about what's happening in education in this country and all over the world, you see that creativity is really being squashed.
Yes, it is.
In all of the schools. You know, we have standardized education, and what we should really have is customized education.
Absolutely.
And so that's what we did. In fact, on our website, musicalartschoolhouse.com, our listeners can go to a link to see a special presentation by Ken Robinson, who is the most viewed speaker about creativity in education.
I love it. And I think it's always a proven fact, too, that children who have propensity for music actually perform better in math and science and all the applied sciences as well. So that's huge. I love that. Now, I think we've touched on this a little bit, but when you started this, was there a mission or a vision that you had that you're like, this is what I'm going to do? And have you stuck to that over the years?
Yes, we really have. And so what happens is we wanted to make sure we were offering a deep academic learning environment for children that was still through the performing arts. You know, kids have the rest of their lives to be in a classroom with a lot of kids, 25, 35 kids sometimes in a classroom, with one teacher stuck behind a desk all day. And, you know, how do people learn the best? Through stimulating creative curriculum, and that is what we do. So our kids in our preschool, they go to 6 classes each day: music, art, dance, theater, Spanish. Did I say everything? Academics.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And inside each of the classrooms, along with their core academics class, academics are reinforced. Music is really math. You know, with all the beats and all that kind of stuff. And in art, the art classes that we do, it's one of my favorite things to talk about, because the students get to learn about famous artists, what they were famous for, the mediums they used, and they get to mimic those mediums.
That's fantastic.
And, you know, in the hallway, Bob, one little child the other day stopped me and saying, "Oh my gosh, we're doing Picasso." I said, "Really? What about Picasso?" They talked about the different brush strokes that they were learning. So it's really amazing.
They're already smarter than me.
Well,
Figures,
okay.
yeah. Now let me ask you, obviously you've had hundreds and hundreds of success stories, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
if you could think of one in particular that really defines what you do and why you're doing it, could you share that with us?
Okay, success story. Well, you know, I've got a couple of examples.
That'd be great.
First of all, one really great success that we have is an example in our kindergarten. And in our kindergarten, very small class sizes, by the way, 7 children to 1 teacher
That's
is our
nice.
average. And in our kindergarten, of course, we have kids reading at the kindergarten level, but we also have kids reading at the 3rd grade level.
That's
So
great.
that individualized education is where we excel.
Mm-hmm.
And another example of a story is, and it happens, I'm going to tell you, it happens about every fall when our graduates, our alumni students, are now in their next school experience.
Mm-hmm.
And we get those calls from the parents saying, gosh, we missed you guys, want to check in with you, but the teacher's asking me again, where did they go
Yeah.
to preschool and kindergarten? Because they are the leaders in their next school experience. Their vocabulary is way off the charts.
That's great.
They follow directions. They love learning.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we create a safe classroom environment where all answers are okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're noticing. And that's a huge accomplishment, I think, for our past families to feel like, gosh, the decision we made was the right one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, where could our viewers find more information about you and your school?
Okay, musicalartschoolhouse.com. On the website, there is just a ton of information. It runs through a typical day for their child and a lot about the teachers and everything else we do.
That's so great. I'm so happy for your success, and not just because you're a Spartan,
Oh, okay, good.
but I'm really happy for you, and I think what you're
Thank
doing is
you.
fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. When you have kids, you have to come over to our school.
You got it. Thank you so much.